I'm Lilarhixiel. Welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before, or welcome back if you have. Today I'm going to do the follow-up video for the 2020 one that I did. Actually, the one that I did before was for the 2020s, the whole decade for each year. This one is going to be specifically focusing on 2020. Now, someone released one already for 2020 and I was like, oh, I really want to watch it, but I resisted because I was like, no, I need to make mine and then I can go be validated by other people's work. So I'm like, oh, I've got it like saved somewhere in my YouTube. So I'm like, oh no, I need to do this because, you know, it's almost November, and people are going to start bringing out their predictions and readings and advice and, you know, how to get through 2020. So I'm like, I need to do this so that I can go and enjoy my favourite reader's work, and be validated with things that I've said. So, let's tip that down a little bit. Okay, here we go. So, now, and I've done a little message here, a note from last time, and Spirit has said, pull a card for each month. So, we're going to do the numerology, plus a card pull for every month to get like an overall feel of that month. Okay, I just needed to drink some water, pour a glass of water. I'm still recovering from last Thursday. So, or my voice is anyway. I'm not used to talking much. I don't see a lot of people. I don't go out the house very much. Because I'm still working on my energy. I'm still working on my health. So to talk for many hours at a time is unusual for me. So my voice was like, no, slower. Don't do that much at once. Plus my breathing is still recovering from finding that mold in my room. So although it is better, thank God, I know it's going to be okay. It's just a setback. Okay, so the 1st of January 2020 is going to be a 5. Alright, they're like, yep, the Oceanic Tower. This is the first time I'm going to use this deck. So, it's probably all... Yeah, it's all together. Hang on. I'm just going to pause it and mess them all up because they're all in their proper suits and I think they're even like a little bit stuck together. So I'm just going to pause and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm really glad I did that off camera, because it took some doing. It was literally one of those situations where you just lay the cards out and just mess them all around. Because it doesn't matter, you can shuffle, but you'll be shuffling for ages. So, they're done, and I've kept them so that they're not perfect. They're not all in alignment, because I felt like some of the regular suits, they don't have a lot of imagery to draw on, so I thought, why not see what happens with reverse meanings? I don't usually do reverse meanings, especially not with decks that have a lot of information, like the Shadow Scale, well, pretty much all of the decks that I have. But this one actually has some cards in it that are not so detailed, like the cups. The cups. It's just got a dolphin there, which is wisdom, so there is a little bit of symbology, but they're all mostly the same. So I thought, let me do reverse for this deck and just see what happens. So, we need a card for January 2020, which will be, the month is going to come out to a 5. Now, how I calculate this is I add up the year, the numbers in the year, and then I add the date to that. So you just add it up in a 1 + 1 + 1, and that comes out to a 5. So 5s are all about balance, about adventure and change, about movement and freedom. So it's a pretty good place to start 2020. Actually, I would be interested to see 2019, 12, so December, 10, 15. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so the last month of 2019 is a 6, which is all about community, which can be your family. It's about benevolence and giving of service, and it's about all those things you can't walk away from, whether that community is your family or your work, you know, your home life, anything. So it's births, deaths, marriages, and supporting your community or having them support you. So yeah, that's the energy we're ending 2019 in. So then to go into a 5, which is actually the energy before, so it'll be 6, 5, and then 6 again. So that's interesting. All right, let's get this card. Wow, there it is. They're like, you want that one too. I'm like, okay, it's just sort of sitting there. I'm just going to put it on the top of the deck. I don't want to see what it is yet. 2 of Swords. Wow, okay. Crossroads. And it is the beginning of a lot of those 2s. So in the last video about the 2020s, it was just, because the 2s is completely, that decade, for obvious reasons, is just completely inundated with 2s. And here we've got the 2 of Swords to kick that decade off in that month. Yeah, I'm feeling that this the 2 energy is going to be really uncomfortable for people to start with, because it's going to be very sensitive, and it is going to be big on communication. And honestly, like, you look around at the world, we're not good at communicating right now. This is why we need this decade. It's going to be really triggering. And it's going to be a real mirror decade where we have to really look at ourselves. We have to look at ourselves, the environment that we're in, the job that we're in, look at what how our country is treating people. This is especially true for Australia. Some of my first videos were about Australia. So it's very interesting energy. I'm really feeling like there will be some tempers flaring. There's a little bit of red in this card. There's like one red ray. You can see it here. There are a couple, but there's like a really strong one. And there's kind of like this red energy on the hilts of the swords as well. There's a bit of red there. And it says crossroads. And whilst, yes, it is like, okay, this is the beginning of change, it also feels very like, it's the first time we've really felt this much 2 energy in quite some time. And it's the beginning of sorting this 2 vibration. So I might actually do a posthumous reading of the 2010s and maybe even the noughties, because it's like you've got the reset and then the 1s, like, you know, and now we're on the 2s. So I think that would be really interesting. So this is the January energy. This is like, I feel like people are going to be a bit combative with the energy. They're going to be resisting it a bit because it's going to be really unfamiliar and uncomfortable is what I'm feeling. Okay, so I just want to check what this other card is. Okay, reversed 7 of Cups. Okay, yeah. So I had a feeling it was going to be a Cups card. I was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if it was two of Cups as well? But it's 7 of Cups. So I feel like heaven's going to be really close to us at the beginning of next year. But because it's reversed, I feel like people are going to be disbelieving or not trusting in the process of starting to feel out this energy, and that it's going to be okay. So you've got the Shark, which is constantly moving, and a bit dangerous. You know, it's that sword energy, the energy of action. But I feel like it's not just action in this case, it's just movement. And that movement is the change of that 5. But then you do have this, so this card says possibilities, and this card says, this card says crossroads, and this card says possibilities. So there is this wisdom, this wise energy coming in at the beginning of next year, of 2020. But it's reversed. Okay, they're like, it ties into something else as well. Just more from that deck. They're like, yes, please. I might have to do this in 2 parts. They're like, we want you to be comprehensive. So people have something to come back to. Oh, this is like... They're like, just read it the right way up. It'll be fine. Okay, interesting. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, I see what it is. This card represents the control system that is in place on the planet right now. And the 2020s are all about bringing this to the surface and learning to communicate so that we can bring out all of these uncomfortable things. So this is this is truth here. And a turtle above the ground moves very slowly. Above the ground. On ground moves very slowly. But in the water, they're very quick because they're built more for the water. And it says prosperity. But it's also that new beginnings type energy. And it really is freedom, really, because the turtle isn't free unless it's under the water, because otherwise it has to move so slowly. It's not its natural place to be above the ground, but it's in the water. So I feel like this is us moving forward at speed, but there's going to be a bit of deception and trying to fool people and dredge people down in that energy where you're lacking hope. But people are going to start to come to an understanding that actually this is actually this way. This is false. We do have the wisdom and we do have heaven's support. Spirit just keeps saying the control system. And I feel like it's just that early next year, and they're like even through the 2020s. And some people will buy it, some people will. There'll be nothing you can do about it. But there's going to be a lot of people who start to wake up. Is that what they're saying? They're going to start to wake up and realise that this, oh no, the sky's falling, everything's dark. And they're like, because 7 is heaven's number, okay? And it's cups. And it has this beautiful dolphin back there behind the cups. And dolphins represent wisdom. So heaven's wisdom is with us. But the control system is going to make it seem like everything's dire. They're like, especially that first month. Yeah. Because it's that new beginnings 1 of January combined with the 5. So they're going to try really hard to keep people from waking up. Keep people from realising that actually we have everything we need. We just need to tap in to the light system. Not the control system that lies, but the light. And we're actually moving forward a lot faster than what people realise. Hopefully this will help. Sorry, I know I'm jiggling it a bit. Hopefully that'll help the light. I've got my window open, so... Oh, sorry. I'll try and pause it next time. I've been having magnesium and vitamin C nebulizers to shift stuff off my chest. It's working now that the mold is out of my room. Okay, so we're moving forward quickly. We do have the support and we are moving into the light. But there is going to be this adjustment energy. Oh, that's okay. All right, okay. I understand how these cards are working together now. So the control system is going to use this energy, this uncomfortable, oh my God, what's happening? It's so sensitive. I'm like there's a mirror at my face and I'm seeing all this fucked up shit in the world. Oh my God, there's no hope. It's all darkness when actually it's light. It's just the control system is going to use this energy to try and flip it. But it's not going to happen. Not for everyone. For some people it will. For some people will buy this reverse bullshit. But a lot of people won't. Because we are moving forward at speed. And new beginnings really are starting to come into full force, is what I'm hearing. New beginnings, full force. And the King of Cups. I mean, all of the kings of all the decks is that divine masculine energy. It's like the height of, and depending on what other cards it's with, it could be, or it could be the other way, you know, it could be actually a toxic masculine and a, you know, not a good situation. But he came out like this with this guy. So this is the energy moving forward. We're going forward at pace, and we're going towards this divine masculine energy. Now this, the King of Cups, it's really that energy of he's the father, and he's the wisest of all the suits, because I mean, aside from like the Emperor or the Empress, like, do you know what I mean? That's like the pinnacle of the pinnacle. But this is still very powerful, strong energy of a positive father holding the light amongst all this emotion, all this water. And what does it say? Yeah, it says understanding. So this wisdom is coming in. This understanding, wisdom, the wisdom from heaven, it is coming in this fast energy. But this is going to be a bit confusing for people in January, and the control system is going to try and use it so that people don't see this, that actually everything is fine, and there is nothing to worry about, and we are moving forward positively at pace. We're going towards this divine masculine energy. And Cups is not just about emotion, but it's also about healing. We've got two of those. We've got the Seven of Cups, which is heaven's number, and we've got the King of Cups, which is that divine masculine father energy. So it really is very bright. It's just that the control system wants us to think that it's not. Okay. So second month. I'm going to try not to speak as loudly because that's probably doing me in. So hopefully you can turn up your speakers if needs be. So February is set to be very sensitive, because it is the second month of 2020. So it's just 222. And actually, if you count it as 02, so you count that 0 in front of the 2, and then 2020, there's a lot of reset energy. I mean, there is a lot of reset energy through this whole year, especially, which is very much needed, is what Spirit's saying, very needed. And those 3 2s come down to a 6. So it is about rebuilding that community in February. Yeah, so I said that the last month of 2019 is going to be a 6 as well. So, very interesting. 6, 5, 6. I might channel some energy on that actually. 6, 5, 6. So yeah, I said that the 6 is all about community. It's about births, deaths, marriages, things that you can't walk away from. Wow, okay. If it's meant to come out, it'll come out again. Because I was talking about something else. I wasn't real, like I was just shuffling a bit, and then this card like slipped out. But I'm like, no, I want to be conscious when the card comes out. Conscious of my intention. So, we want some February energy. What's the overall energy for February? Interesting. So, February comes out to a 6, and this is the 6 of Swords. And it says calm, which is interesting. So, get some more vibes from this, from the 6. So it's kind of a heightening of the first month is what I'm feeling. It's a heightening of that energy. So it's like, just try and stay calm, okay, you guys? Because it's going to be a bit, wow, okay. Yeah, I feel like people are really going to struggle with this energy. because it's the Five of Swords just came out. It actually almost came out with this card. And it says conflict. So this is, stay calm in the conflict, you guys, okay? Because it is going to be uncomfortable. So I'm just going to shuffle for a little bit more information for this second month in 2020 and this 6 energy. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is good. All right. So you've got this heightening, and it's mirroring the 6. So okay. They're like the whole of 2020 is going to be a big mirror. Makes sense because it's 2020. And actually I did say in the last video that I think that when we look at the 2020s, but especially 2020, that it is going to be that 2020 hindsight. So we've got that mirroring energy again. So the 6 with the vibration of the 6, which is what the month comes out to. And just saying, like, stay calm. It's going to feel like there's conflict. It's just you adjusting to the energy. That's what I'm getting. It's just adjusting to the energy. It's going to be a bit difficult. And then we've got the Death card, which some people would be a bit alarmed by this. But, without a death, you can't have a new beginning. And when we die, we go back to God. So it's really not a bad thing at all. Or we go live out our life somewhere else on a nice planet, not on Earth. So it's certainly not a bad thing. So this energy, this uncomfortableness, with a little bit of, I am feeling that some people are going to be a bit triggered. There's a little bit of rage in this cool blue water. But then we're going to get a bit of a reset. Okay? Okay, that's what that 222 is. So it's helping to reset people. So there is going to be this energy will start to die already in February. And this takes me back to this energy. We are moving forward quickly. It's not going to feel like that when you're in it. Each day is going to feel like, oh my God, it's so sensitive. And everyone's at each other's throats and no one's listening to each other. Because this is a thing about the 2s and learning communication. A lot of communication is shutting your fucking mouth and starting to listen. So we are going to be moving forward quickly, and we are going to this energy. But for the first 2 months, it's going to feel very conflicted as we're moving into this energy, as people are really just starting to feel it. And really starting to be triggered. Oh, God. All right, this is getting a bit heavy. They've just started talking to me about suicides. Because the energy is for some people, it actually feels chaotic and like crisis energy. Like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. What's going on? I'm starting to learn and sense new things. I feel like it's going to be the energy I was in at that time last year, where I felt, oh my God, I'm missing something. It's that really, that awakening energy where you know that what you perceive around you is not all that there is. So people are going to start, the hen spirit's going, yes, that's right. So I'm like, okay, all right, good. I'm on the right path. So just be wary of how you speak to people, because some people are really going to be very sensitive and very in crisis and starting to wake up. And if they're not strong, if they're not ready to tolerate it, it's going to be very scary for them, and it's going to feel very uncertain, and they are going to be very sensitive because they're going to be in that 2 energy. They're saying, and spirit's like, especially in February. But January, they're saying January is almost as bad. So, but this reset is there. So I'm going to set those down. I feel like that's all there is to say for February. Just be mindful of how you speak to people. And if you see someone in crisis, don't send them like, oh, like, get your shit together, or like, oh, like, they're crazy, or oh, they're evil. Like, just don't do that, because then you're sending that energy to them, and people are going to start to feel that. So really start to control your thoughts and how you communicate energetically. Are you putting out love and compassion and, oh man, he's feeling the energies, like, angels, please go be with him because he needs some help. So February, the 3, they're like, this is going to be a taste of Christ consciousness. Okay, so this is the Chariot, but it's reversed. So the Chariot is about moving forward at speed. So it's like whilst we are moving forward at speed, the 3 is like, it's kind of like, whoa, slow down, because it's reversed. So it is that moving forward at a pace energy, but it's like, March is like, whoa, hold your horses, hold your seahorses, slow down. And they said everyone's going to get a taste of that Christ conscious. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. All right. They gave me a taste of 5D. So in March, periodically, different days, maybe for some people it'll be an hour, for other people it'll be an afternoon. But everyone in March is going to get a taste of Christ consciousness, because it has, March is that 3 vibration, which is Christ energy. And then it comes out to a 7, which is, again, heaven's energy. They're like, we're going to have a play, but a good play with humans. So utilizing this energy of March, which comes out to the 7, and it being in 2020, where the energy is sensitive and everything's like a mirror, they're going to use that to do what they did with me, and put people into 5D Christ consciousness at some point during March 2020. They're like rubbing their hands together. And this might be what they're really excited about. It's going to wake some people up, because it's going to be so tangible. And let me tell you, it is. Everything's brighter. Some people around you don't see you. And it's just this feeling of joy. For me, it was like all day. So they're going to do this to people in March 2020. And some people are going to be like, oh, why was it like that? And they're saying they're going to start looking. They're going to start looking where they haven't looked before and go, that was really nice energy. And it will be. It's beautiful energy. It feels great. So they're going to play with people's energy. The light is going to play with people's energy in March and give them a taste. They want people to have a taste. So it's like, come on, come to 5D. Start working on yourself. Start doing the work. It's the perfect year to do it. This is how it's going to feel, even though, you still have this sword energy that has like that little bit of like rage and uneasiness, and movement and change is hard. And it is a bit uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, you're moving towards reset and rebirth. So overall energy of March is like, whoa, hold your horses. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's have a bit of a play, which is also 3 energy. It's joy, it's creativity, it's expression. But yeah, it's like, they're going to be like, whoa, just for this month, let's just slow things down and give everyone a taste of 5D Christ consciousness. So they're like, that's part of the reason why we did it to you early, so that you could feel it. And they've done it to other people early as well. They're like people who are receptive to it. They can only mess with people if the energy's right. And it's not a manipulation. It's like a really strong download and a really strong influence to feel something light, to feel something nice, to feel something good, to feel that joy of 5D. So that's the 3rd. I'm going to do 3 more, and then I'm going to stop this video, and then I'm going to do the last 6 in a separate video, because I feel like it's going to get really long. So I'm going to do it in 2 separate ones. So we do not need that many, thank you. Okay, so I was like, I just want a little bit. Yeah. So validating. Chariot upside down, so movement, but whoa, hold your horses. And then the Hanged Man the right way up. It says limbo. So, and this energy can be confusing as well, because it's like people can feel that we're moving forward. For some people, it's going to be like, oh, it's not good moving forward. It's really bad, because there's that control and that trying to flip it and reverse it into something that's not good, but it's not true. I really feel like that's all for March, but it's just a slowing down, and it's that taste of that Christ consciousness energy. Okay, so so April 2020 is going to be number 8 energy. So a little bit of hard work. Okay, they're like, that's especially for those that start to wake up from that 3. Those that start to go looking and go, ooh, what was that energy? Is there a name for that? You know, they might find something typing stuff, or heaven's going to put it on their path and be like, here, watch this. And then that'll give them a lead, and then they'll keep looking. So that 8 energy might be for people like that who start to wake up and start to do the research in the hard yards to start they're like to open their mind. So, and honestly, that is hard work. It is hard work. It's not easy, especially when you come across the dark stuff. So if people do come across darker stuff, God willing, they find their way here or to another channel that is not alarmist or black and white. Because seriously, humans are far too complicated for there to be one way or for it to be cut and dry. That's just not how it is. And it's really interesting that it's in the 4th month with the 8, because the 4 really represents building a strong foundation. And the 4 and the 8 are both very practical, grounded numbers. And they really are about hard work and putting in the hard yards to build a good foundation. Okay, they're like, this is another critical month. Like that 2 energy. So, okay, they're like, that's why we've got the 3 there with the 7 and the ability to help humans to feel that 5D vibration. Because the 2 month before it and then the 4 month after it, they're both, it's kind of difficult energy. One's very sensitive and the other is like a bit more hard work, and after the, like, so the 3 is like after the 2, that energy of, oh, I'm really not sure what's happening, there's all this conflict, and there's that reset that's happening, and then they're going to experience this 3 and that shift into 5D for whatever period of time that happens for them. Lucky bastards. For some people it's going to happen for like a week. They just showed me someone just flying for a week. I'm like, oh, they're like, you could do that too. So, I mean, to be fair, like, I probably am in Christ consciousness and that sort of 5D vibration more often than I give credit for. We think it's meant to be like this perfect energy, but it's not. It's just, as we get there, it's a shift. It's a gradual shift. So, the sensitive uncertainty of the 2, and then you have the 3 to kind of give people hope. It is that hope vibration. And then again, that 4 is going to be another difficult time. Yeah. And honestly, some people don't cope with hard work. They just don't, okay? Some people, one little thing goes wrong or one thing's a little bit too hard and they just fall apart. So the 4 is going to be difficult. But hopefully they'll be able to hold on to that 3 and be like, okay, yes, like that was a really good feeling. Let me try and get that back. All right, so let me get a card for this 3. And they're like, no, take 4. Oh, jeez. Let me just set that one aside. I already had 4. It's funny, isn't it? Knight of Cups. Oh, wow. More swords. Okay, yep. Okay. This is like a lot to process for me. This is a lot of information. They're like, this is just the overview for me. Okay. Alright. This is this card's for me to get my bearings. Alright. So 8 is gonna be it is gonna be hard work. It's gonna be a month about learning. So this is the high priest, but look at him. He's like, come with me. Come with me. You know, we're going to learn together. It's going to be okay. It says wisdom. Yeah, it says wisdom down here. All right. Oh. They drew me to this, and I was like, well, what is it? It's like a shepherd's thing, you know? So it's this energy of shepherding the humans at this time. So, Knight of Cups. Yeah, this feels like that shepherding energy again, because there's more than one dolphin in this picture. And he's holding the light. Look at him. He's channeling the light. Now, what does it say? Oh, no. They're like, discard. Don't look at the word on this card. It's about the image. So what's this? Yeah, 4 of Swords. And now, the word on this one I do feel drawn to. It says recovery. So, what are they recovering from? Let me see. 8 of Cups. Okay. Now, is this accurate? Yeah, I think it is. This is really confusing energy. I think this is how people can feel in April, okay? It's that, like, it's that same sort of energy of January when the energy just starts to come in and it's like, whoa. And honestly, when you have one of those days or weeks or whatever, however long it is, an hour, an afternoon, where you're just flying on 5D energy, and then it goes away and you're like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? What's happened? They're like, yes, that's right. That's the message. Okay. So it's like, okay, so this says change on it. So, but it was reversed. So it's like people felt this change and, oh, wow, look at this. It's the 8 of Cups. So they felt like, oh, wow, I've really manifested things. But then it's like, whoop, sorry. Actually, that was just a taste. Now you have to do the hard work. You haven't done the hard work, so the change isn't here yet. Okay, now it's starting to make sense. I was like, what is this energy? What is this? Yeah, so it feels like, oh, there's all this opportunity and moving forward, and you feel like you're flying, but then it's like, oh, hang on. Slow down. That wasn't actually you, that was us. So it's like recovering from that 3, and like it kind of hurts a bit, you know? It's like, oh no, like that lovely energy is stopped. So that's why we've got this recovery here, this grounding 4. It's like, okay, just hold your horses, slow down. You know, you don't just get to magically live at that bandwidth. It's just that was just a taste. Let's like slow down and recover from this energy that we got to experience, because it's not yours to keep yet. Yeah, so it really is a learning month, and that the foundation and the 8. Actually, this is really interesting because I got the 4 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. Like, how funny is that? And it's the 4th month and it adds up to an 8. Like, you really can't make this shit up. Can't make it up. So, yeah, it's about people starting to be their own light bearer and their own teacher in some ways, like their own shepherd, because your soul knows what you need to do. But sometimes you need to tap in to this higher, whether it's angels or whatever it is that you believe in, this higher light energy, this wisdom, this benevolent shepherd energy, to help you get to this place where you can shepherd yourself and other people and bring down the light. So yeah, it's about the foundation is like kind of bringing people down from that 5D, which is, it's like a synthetic 5D. It's not something that they've created and they've worked towards. So that's why it's like it's flipped and it's slowed people down again. I feel like that's all there is to say. I was really close to putting all those cards back and starting again. And then I was like, no, I just need to say that this energy is really confusing me and I'm not sure what to do, what to say, because I was like, this is weird. So if you don't know what to do with cards, just keep going. Just say, I don't know what the fuck this is. It's really weird. Because sometimes that's all you need to do. You just need to be honest about what you're feeling. This doesn't make sense. Help. So January, February, March, April. Okay, May. This is my birth month, which is a 9, which is going to be very comfortable for me because that's my life path. So the 9 is... So 5, again, it is about balance, and we experienced the full breakdown of January as a 5. So it's a bit of that push me, pull you energy where it's like, am I crazy? Like, what is with this energy? And then the 9 is also a completion of a cycle. So May, it's like, it's kind of that death energy again. It's like that reset energy. Because the 9 is the end of a cycle. The 9 is very benevolent. It's carries a lot of humanitarian energy, but it's also very creative and very sensitive. I have a feeling when I pull these cards, it's going to be that same like, ooh, I don't know what's happening energy. So, okay, some information for this 9. They're like, that's it, you've got it already, it's fine. I swear to God, you can't make this up. It's the 9 of Cups. Like, seriously, you can't make it up. A wish. Okay, so May, this 9 energy, especially, I don't have my tablet at hand. Anyway, I'll put it in this description box below. I'll look at and see what the new moon is in May. There should be one in May. So I'll see what that is, because... make that wish on the new moon. So full moon is where everything comes to fruition, everything comes out, but a new moon is where like you make your wish for the continuation of the cycle. So make your wish on the new moon in May, because it's the completion of the cycle, and it's the right way up as well, which is lovely. Yeah, okay, so I'm hearing starting to cultivate that wisdom. Right. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck is 9 of Pentacles. It's reversed, but 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Wow. All right. All right, so, God, you just can't make this stuff up. Okay, King of Swords, but it's reversed. It just feels like that pullback energy again. It's like we get a taste of the action and the change, and then it's like, whoa, like pull back again. Like we're not at this energy yet. Yeah, okay. 8 of Wands. Oh, travel. Okay, that's interesting. 5 is about travel. But I feel like it's traveling of the mind because it's Wands. So it's about starting to stretch your mind, and to think about how we get to this full vibration of movement and change. And then 9 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. Again, it's this really weird, uncomfortable, uncertain energy. Like, it's driving me mental, and I'm only reading it. I'm only tapping into, like, a minute part of what we're going to be feeling next year. King of Swords, 8 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. But yeah, 2 of them are reversed. It's interesting. It's like, it's this real, like, flippy energy. So you've got the 9 up, and then the Pentacles down, and they're both 9. And then you've got this sword energy again, upside down, and then the 8 of Wands, and it's just like, I just feel like people are going to be hit from all sides. Like, you just think, oh, okay, whew, I know what's going on now. It's all going to be fine. Don't worry about it. And then you hit with more ideas and more reversals, and it's just, okay, yeah, they're like, next year is going to be a big year for a lot of people energetically. It's going to, God, it sounds horrible, but Spirit's like, we're breaking them down, but not in a bad way. It's breaking down the old coding that's broken, and so it is this flippy energy. You start to break down the energy, and it's like, okay, build it up to what it's supposed to be. Break down the old energy, build it up to what it's supposed to be. Part of that is lessons and knowledge, and then part of that is like energetic programs, like people's lack of joy, lack of abundance, like across the board. It's everything. It's essentially like the Ascension Stargate 33 that I've been going through, but everyone's going to be going through it in their own way, at their own different stages, and they're not going to know what the fuck is happening to them. They're like, yes, and they're looking a bit like, they look a bit tired and a little bit weary and a little bit sad, because it's not going to be an easy ride next year. Like, I'm sorry, I wish I had better news. It's just not. Change is hard, okay? You know, creating new foundations is hard, and because 2020 is like 2020, it's starting to learn about the twos that we're going to experience, that communication, the light bearing. Wherever light shines, the darkness cannot live anymore. But then you've also got the 0, and then the 2, and then the 0. And so the zeros is that reset energy. That's why it's this flippy energy, and this sensitive energy, and everyone's going to be like, I'm going crazy. And honestly, okay, it's the whole year. The whole year we have to be aware of suicides, because, okay, they're like, the dark is going to try and come in and use that to their advantage and influence people, not in the 3D to 5D, and helping them to enjoy what's coming. You know, whereas the light would do that, the dark is the completely the opposite way, and making people think that this energy isn't going to stop, and that it's horrible and it's uncomfortable and it's all your fault, and so you may as well kill yourself. Because I'm really sensing that people, and honestly, through my ascension symptoms and lessons, I have had those moments where I felt really dark, like, what the fuck is this energy? How am I going to get through it? And you do get through it, but it's really hard. And it is this flippy energy, because it's like, you got to learn the lesson and then you got to reset. You got to learn the lesson, then you got to reset. And it's just, it's consistent. It's non-stop. And some people really aren't going to cope. So just be aware. You know, we all need to start living more consciously, and see what we're putting out in the world. Okay. It really, like, it's just flippy, floppy energy. It's really frustrating. And I'm only feeling like the tip of it. Like, it's going to be way worse next year, and all I'm doing is reading the energy. I'm not actually in it with everyone else, but we will be in it. But yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable, people. It is going to be uncomfortable. So June 2020, that's 6. So that's 6 energy again of that community. Births, deaths, marriages, benevolence, giving of service to your community, or asking of service as well. And then that comes out to a 10, which then comes out to a 1. So 1s are about new beginning, but in June we're not going to get there immediately because it's more of a breakdown. It's like 10 and then 1. So in my head I'm like, let's get a card for this 6 energy. Wow. I mean, look at this. She's so stoic. And it's the swords again, but it's the Queen of Swords. And it says resilience. So it's like, okay, we know that this energy is really hard. So Spirit's going to come in with this energy of resilience and like, you know, just, you've got to tough it out. It's going to be okay. And there are going to be a lot of people who are just like, nah, I can't. Because it really is uncomfortable energy. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. So Spirit's going to come in and be like, all right, you know, this is the divine feminine energy that's coming in. And the thing is, people think that the divine feminine is just this waffly energy. No, because the divine feminine has been through a fuckload of things in this last patriarchal cycle, but we're already in the upswing of the matriarchal golden age cycle. That is also coinciding with Ascension. So, resilience. Now, those two as two separate things. That's what I'm feeling. So just let me write this down. So otherwise I will forget. Okay. So, coinciding with... Okay. Ascension couldn't happen in a patriarchal cycle. It just wouldn't happen. But not every matriarchal cycle is going to create Ascension energy, basically. It's more complicated than that. I don't know why, but we'll find out in another video. So the 6, that reset energy of that 1... and that new beginnings, which isn't going to be easy to get to. We're just going to have this resilience energy come in. So I just want a little bit more information on this. I thought, I'm going to need to like fully learn these cards. So I'll use these to teach other people how to do tarot. Well, that's not necessary. But, oh, Jesus, I can't even say it. But reversal. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling that trickster energy again that we had in January, where it's like, so this says, so we've got resilience and options, except that options came in reversed. So it's like, it's that darkness trying to flip this energy again and make it seem like, oh, you don't have what it takes and you don't have options and it's all going to shit. It's that trickster bullshit again. It's the dark doing this fucking bullshit again. Yeah, it is. It fucking is. So this is the star, and it says hope, but it was reversed. I'm like, it's that fucking trickster energy again. It's like the spirit of the light is coming in with this resilience, this strength, this matriarchal strength. And then the dark is trying to say, oh no, you don't, that's not what you have. And look, oh no, the light's going down. No, oh, there's no hope. It's that fucking trickster bullshit again. And that's why this energy is so flippy floppy, because the light is okay. So energetically in the astral, the battle's already been won for the light, but it has to play out down here. And the light has already won, okay? Technically, the light has already won. It's just a matter of how things play out down here and how long it takes for things to play out down here, where the light is brought back to the planet and pulls us out of all this bullshit. But this year, it's like in the physical, in our more linear timelines, we're now experiencing like the battle that was fought. We're experiencing that battle, so it's like flip, flop, flip, flop. But it's been won. It's been won now. I just want like 1 or 2 more cards with this. They're like, that's the one. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Again, this energy is fucking confusing, alright? I've never used these cards before, and they're actually really easy to read with. Like, they're a lot easier than I thought because you don't get much information with, like, the suits. But I'm having no trouble reading the cards. It's just the energy is like, it's weird. It's really irritating, actually. So, the Queen of Swords. This is the reality, okay? We have this strength and this resilience and it's that matriarchal strength. It's that long-suffering, well-cultivated patience and, no, I got this. I can deal with this bullshit for another day. I can deal with this bullshit for another day. I can deal with this bullshit another day. But I see the bullshit and I'm just going to go, I'm just going to sit here with my sword because I'm not going to let your bullshit bother me. And then it's this, oh, no, you don't have resilience. No, that's a lie. And then this energy comes through. This is the Knight of Swords. And at the bottom of the card, it says drama. And to me, this is just like, this says to me that this is theatrics and it's the drama. It's the bullshit. It's the, oh no, you don't have hope, you don't have options, everything's going down. But actually, the Knight of Swords is just coming to say, it's just a load of bullshit, It's just a bit of drama. Just a bit of negative drama to make people think that everything's bad and the darkness is winning. No, the darkness is not winning, okay? It's not. So it's going to be a 2-hour video if I don't cut off here and then restart it, which means it takes like twice as long to upload. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to record the second half and just end this here. So I hope that's made sense. It's made sense to me, even though it's like pulling teeth to get through this weird energy of 2020. So I'm going to love and leave you. Take 3 for luck. Bye.